Welcome back, folks. It's that time of the week again. It's time to make some money. If we're going to put a fire emoji or just write fire in the chat if you're old like me, I hope it's a good day. Stock Mo here with you, and we're just getting started. So I'm looking at the portfolio. I spent the weekend researching, still have people contact me here about what's going on. And at the end of the day, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about the assessment I made on some of the investments I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk about one in particular in this video. Now, I'll cover the charts. I'll get you lined up for what you need to know before this week starts. Look, right now, you had a beautiful week last week. And a lot of people, I go in the comments, I hear people talking about it. Oh, everything's going to crash. Everything's going to drop. The government shut down. I did my research. That's why you're here on this site, because you get the best information here. You want to go listen to somebody out there just pulling things out of their hat? That's not here. I do the research. I'm looking at it. I looked at the government shutdowns. They all end pretty much very similar, either flat to slightly up. That's right. I didn't say way, way down. They're normally, even all these shutdowns and everything, you're all worried about them. They're not too bad on the markets. Think about this. Are businesses not trying to still make money? Is the economy not still moving forward? They are. And as soon as the shutdown is over, you get a nice positive boost. And so we could see some good things happening. And of course, all attention can go to the SEC, which that's a little bit of a conversation today. We see some good things happening. It deals with one of my investments I'm going to do. I've already been loading up on this. I made the decision to pull another six figures and put it into it. And we're going to talk about it. But hey, now one of the best things you can do, though, before we get into everything, join the membership. We're holding off. We're going to have a price increase soon. If you get in before, you join today, you're in before, you can avoid and be grandfathered in at the cheaper price. Now, 50% off your first month right now. Code MOON, M-O-O-N. You don't even have to put the code in. It should be automatic at checkout. You want to join the earner tier. And like I said, once the price goes higher, you'll be grandfathered in. You won't have to pay that higher price. You'll be locked in at the lower one. But that's going to change here possibly today or tomorrow. We're still discussing when we have the time to do it. So we've been working on it, and it's getting close to being done. So for anybody who hasn't done it yet, get in there. Now, the webinar is still available today. The masterclass, get in there. You'll have the times down below once you click on that second link. So take advantage of both of these, folks. This is it. And, of course, the Moo link. Now, what am I talking about? The big money, the money mo. Look at this. The baby could come any day. It's always, funny when you're waiting for all of these. Now, I brought these up last November. I brought them up November, December about the spot ETFs for a lot of these altcoins, especially XRP, that I expected it in October 2025. Oh, you should have heard all the people. Oh, there's no way. I saw some YouTubers say that it wouldn't. Yeah, of course. And now it has a 100% chance of happening this year. Of course, I was correct again. And you'll never hear those people come out, oh, we were wrong. No, they just changed their tune. Yeah, we knew it. I always shake my head because I watch a lot of the same channels you guys watch. When I got free time, I like to see what other people think. And it's a head scratcher sometimes. It's a head scratcher. So I come on here and I try to teach you and help you guys. And I've been spot on with all this stuff. Spot on. So now the big thing I'm wrestling. And this is one I'm wrestling. I base my investments on a few things. One, and the one thing I really like, you'll say, "What you put a lot of money in Ethereum. That's your number one holding." Yeah, Ethereum is my number one holding, and I like the fact that there's so many developers that work on it. It's a big part of why I do it. If you're in a room and all the smartest people are working on so-and-so or Sutton, you want to be there. You want to be a part of that. You want to invest in that because at the end of the day, we're going to expect good things. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but you know what? That's a good way to look at it. Well, the other big growing crypto project has a ton of developers. I mean, I was surprised, a lot of them. It's getting close to additional people this year, close to how many they added on for Ethereum. Not how many they have overall, but how many they added on. Solana's a big one that I've been watching. And I got to tell you, I think I'm going to go ahead and add another 6 digits worth of money into Solana. And I just want you guys to know ahead of time. I haven't even done it yet. No paywall here. I still want to help everybody. In the afternoon video today, I will share the portfolio, the update of how it did, what I'm doing, any buys and sells. So I don't ever want you to feel like you have to go over to the Discord. You don't. If you want the information, the learning lessons, the private live streams I do in there, you want to be a part of a group with thousands of members with like minds, then you come over. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'll still share the stuff on here for free, so don't worry about it. For everybody complaining like, get to it, Mo. Folks, I like to come on here, be a part of this community, and talk to you. That's just one of the things you got to deal with, is me talking and sharing stories and stuff. Now, let's take a look at Solana. Now, Solana is the one I like this. From everything I'm hearing, I like it. I think we're going to do some wonderful things with Solana. And how many people, the developers, how many there are, that's just like, it's the icing on the cake. I said this yesterday, I believe the Solana is going to outperform all of the big four I'm in. Obviously, that means Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP by the time we're done with 2026. In terms of percentages, it's because of how small it is. I really believe that's what we're going to see. I can't guarantee it. I don't know. And if the market drops, I think it's going to lose more than all the other ones. All right, so do you understand what I just said? If it goes up, all of them go up, I think it outperforms them all by the end of 2026. If the market is lower by December 2026, I think it loses the most. So I kind of see it in that kind of risk-reward kind of situation. What are we seeing right now? Well, we had a nasty little nice recovery up, nasty little sell-off back down to the 5, but the 5 seems to be holding well. And so for anybody, and I had these lines right here showing you that this is what we need to break. We didn't break it. It's 237 basically. If we can confirm above 237, I think you're going to go ahead and run back up to the 240s. And then after that, we're going to really run. And that's where I think we could go. Some people asked me, the price predictions I had. My most bullish price positions, or predictions, I should say, for the end of 2026, for Solana, my Solana price prediction. If everything goes the way I think it could go, I could see this getting up to, it's 550 to 650 zone. And that's big. I know what you're saying. Mo, my goodness, what are we at? 230, so 100%, 150 to 200% gain. I know. That's what I see, though. And from what I looked at, the market cap, if the money comes in like I think it will for the spot ETS once it's approved, it's rinse and repeat. I've already followed this for Ethereum and Bitcoin. And on top of that, I'm going to add a little variable in there. That 550 to 650 is without a tariff refund if the government does a stimulus check or refund check, whatever you want to call it. If they do that check, folks, oh, goodness gracious, it gets silly out there. I'm going to do a whole video. I already talked about that in some prior videos, but it was a while ago. And I know I saw talk again. They're talking about it again. And I keep telling everyone this is going to happen. They're finding a way to do a refund check, whatever kind of check you want to call it. They know it helps with the vote. I think whatever can get people money back. I like the idea of people getting help. I know there's people out there who are not going to like it. You're going to hear the yelling and screaming of, oh, inflation. At the end of the day, if it can help somebody get food on the table, I grew up hungry. I know that feeling. Let's help some people out. So we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to put that money into crypto like we saw before in the last couple of checks. And it absolutely skyrocketed it on that month. It didn't last, I think it was like a month or two, and then, kind of profit was taken. But it ran like a champ. And so those who were positioned before the checks went out really made out. So if that happens on top of it, then we could see higher. If we don't get the check, I still think we can see 550 to 650. We'll see. I'll say 550 to 650. So I'll have 600, give or take $50. That's going to be my final take. We're going to adjust it on the fly here. I think that could happen. That's a bullish case though. Even without that, we'll see where it goes. Now let's take a look at the the big four real quick. That's looking good. XRP, once again, not doing what I want it to do. I need this thing to run a little bit. It's above the 50 EMA, which is good, but we need to break above that $3. You can see we got up there here, pushed back down. So the line right here obviously held. I had two lines here. I wasn't sure which one was going to be the main resistance. We know now. 305. So for us to confirm above 305 would give us the run we want for XRP. Now moving over to Ethereum, take a look at Ethereum. We get into Ethereum, we got a stock mode unicorn building. I love it. Look at this, the 513, both above the 50. It's spreading out finally. I like this. I know some people out there are negative. It's a 58 on the RSI. This is looking really sharp. I'm excited about this. Setting up nicely. And so what I'm expecting, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but more times than not, it does. We get this stock mode unicorn. We'll give this little unicorn guy an eye, right? There you go. And then boom, we got to get that little horn right there. And that's what I'm expecting. The old stock mode unicorn, that's the money maker. If it does not happen, obviously, then we go down and test the 50. And we should be able to hold them in 50 at this point, especially with all the positive stuff. It should be coming out in the next 90 days. Not even 90 days now. All right, and then that takes us to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we get to Bitcoin continuing exactly what I told you. Moving up, right here's the line to take. We already got up to the all-time highs yesterday. I believe it was. And then right now we're watching this, and we'll see. But I think, and I told you this, by the end of this year, I had 140 to 150 as a price in that range. And I had a lot of people, oh, there's no way you're going up there, when it was down there 60, 70,000. And I said, I think it's going to double before the end of the year. We haven't doubled since I said that, but we're close. We're up to 120s now. So we get up to 140. I feel like we hit the price prediction I had out there by the end of the year. So we will see sooner than later. If you haven't done it, get over there. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, private live stream tomorrow. We got all kinds of stuff. We got things going on. You can get into the Discord before the price increase today. Get in there now. We've been on fire last week. I mean, last week was one of them weeks. If it could happen every week, I would love life. The portfolio up over $100,000. The option plays are released in there. Crushed it. It was just a good week. And I only had 3 out of 5 good days. And it still did that good. So hopefully I'll have a repeat. But yeah, join the earner tier. This is what gets you all that stuff. If you just want the 36 learning lessons, you can do this one. If you want the whole kit and caboodle, I don't know who came up with that phrase, but very interesting. You get this. Yeah, and a code MOON, first link. Second link down below, get you over to the webinar where I teach for an hour. Sign up, we'll have openings for that. And then boom, Moomoo. Look at Moomoo with the opportunity. Cash rewards exclusive to the channel members. This is what it's all about. So take advantage of that. All right, folks, that's the update. Appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.